Welcome back to Ferris Sports Update. Time to talk Bulldog Hockey with us, head coach Bob Daniels. Coach, welcome back to the show.
Great to be here.
Obviously, this past weekend, a tough in-state series against Michigan State, a team you've played over the years a number of times, and type of series that really helps prepare you as you get ready to start WCHA play again this week.
Yeah, it does, Rob, and it was a good series. Outside of the fact, on Friday night, we didn't come to play. For whatever reason, I would say about a period and a half of that game to start. We were not very good. We were fortunate that Darren Smith, our goaltender, was exceptional. I thought he had one of his better games of the year. Played well, kept us in there with what you need on the road when you're not playing well until we got our legs underneath us and started to play better.
Certainly on Friday night in that opening period, as we go to some of the highlights, really an even game in terms of the score. Neither team able to find the net in the first period.
No, it was even in terms of the score, but it was not even in terms of play. And I believe there was one point midway through the second when the shots on goal were in their favor, like 24-3. The interesting part, well, we'll get to that, but the interesting thing is that as the game went on, shots by the end, we had played such a good third period, shots were pretty close to even. We really took it to them, I thought, in the third period, but the disappointing part for me was that we didn't show up for the first period and a half.
They'll get a couple goals here in the second period. Mitch Lewandowski had a big weekend for them.
Yeah, he's a very good player, and that line was really tough to stop. You're going to see a turnover here right in the neutral zone that led to a 2-on-1. Lewandowski finishes it off again. Just a really good play by them. Very poor by us, though. Like I said, we were not on our game. This is what we need from a senior here. Mitch Maloney goes end-to-end. Nice shot, goal, 2-1. And from this point on, I thought the ice tilted in our favor, and it was a big lift, a big goal, kind of woke us up, and I was very happy with how we played from this point forward. It was just, it's inexcusable how we came out for that game. I don't understand that.
Mitch in the third period, and you'll get the big equalizer coming up here shortly. Riker Killens, who will get the goal to kind of force overtime here in the third.
Yeah, we could see we had played on their end. We've got a lot of movement. The guys are hopping. Felt really good. Now we ended up going into overtime. Felt really good about it. I thought the beginning part of overtime, we carried that. We had the chances, but you'll see here coming up on the highlights, they're going to score really on a very good play. You know, this first time in overtime, near the end of overtime, they had it down on our end, but a really good behind-the-back feed from, and Darren was reading that he was going to do a wrap around, try to come out front. But a good feed, good finish. Left with a little better taste in my mouth coming out of the rink than I had. Boy, halfway through the game, I was furious. Just, we were not playing well.
Certainly a tough way for Darren Smith to lose that one after the way that you felt he played in net that night.
Yeah, he gave us a chance to win, and that's all you can ask of a goaltender, especially when your team's not on. You're on the road, and you know, kind of everything's going against you, but he stood tall, played very well. Give the guys some credit for the resiliency. We did win the third period, which is one of our goals, so we haven't checked that box off very often in a lot of the games that we did on Friday night.
As we come back on Saturday night, home-and-home series, kind of like some of the old days in the CCHA, where you're going to East Lansing one night, back to Big Rapids the following night.
Yeah, and we've got the same thing set up for next year, too, which we're glad to have. And we do it with Western every year, so it's great when our non-conference games, we can do that and minimize our days on the road. And Mitch Maloney, great weekend. You see him right there, right, you know, very beginning of the period, muscles his guy. We played really well on Saturday. We didn't get the results. Their goaltender played well. It really kept us to one goal, but we had numerous opportunities to score, and I liked the way we played overall this night. We had a lot of energy, had down their end quite a bit. You can see their goaltender making another big stop right there.
You mentioned Mitch Maloney, a guy that's really had a knack for scoring goals for you this year.
Yeah, he has, and you can see Michigan State scoring. That's one I know our goaltender would like to have back. When it's down around deep in the corner on the hash mark, you just stand up, let it hit you. I don't know, he may have overplayed it, overthought that one. But yeah, Mitch Maloney has played excellent for us this year.
Yeah, fell behind 1-0, and then Lewandowski will get another big goal here to make it a 2-goal game.
Yeah, he right here on the 5-on-3 power play. Not much you can do in that. That's probably the one goal on the night. You know, I would say our goaltender had really no chance on. Here's our first goal. It's a power play goal to make it 2-1 with plenty of time to go into third. Another one right here. We had really carried the play, and the guy gets a shot from here, but this is again one our goaltender would normally have. It's just a garden variety wrist shot from above the top of the circles. He wasn't screened. That's one we would like to see him come up with the save on.
3-1 the final in that contest, but obviously a great crowd, sellout crowd on hand for that game on Saturday night.
Yeah, the crowd was awesome, and just as always, they were very vocal, and we were very appreciative of that. Was the Salvation Army game, teddy bear toss game, and I couldn't believe the number of teddy bears that ended up on the ice when we scored our goal, and it was good. The second year in a row we've done that with the Salvation Army in conjunction with them. Certainly a cause that we believe in very deeply.
This week back into WCHA play over the Thanksgiving holidays. You make the trek to Huntsville, Alabama. Just talk about this weekend series and obviously being on the road here over Thanksgiving.
Well, this is good that we're on the road for this long of a trip over Thanksgiving. We won't have any missed class time. We'll leave sometime in the afternoon on Wednesday, go directly down to Huntsville, but we'll wait for classes to be over with on that day. We'll have all day Thursday, Thanksgiving Day. We'll have a nice skate, good practice down there, play Friday, Saturday, and come on home Sunday. But, it's nice when you can get a trip like this out of the way and not miss any class time. So given the amount of travel we've had here in the first half, happy to have that fall this way this year.
Talk about what you know about Alabama-Huntsville, obviously a program that continues to improve each year.
Yeah, it is a program that's getting better and better. You can see it where they're at in the standings. I think they're right around 500 in conference play. Veteran team, good team, well coached. We've taken to a 2-game win streak, conference win streak, and we'd like to see that continue as we try to crawl our way up the standings as well. And should be a really good series, though. Again, Huntsville has come a long way with that program.
Obviously, between Thanksgiving and Christmas, some important conference action coming up for you in the next few weeks.
Yeah, there is. And when we get back, we play an improved Anchorage team. And then we finish out the first half with 2 up at Tech, then 2 up at Northern. That'll be 22 games in the first half without an off weekend. So the break at Christmas time will be good for everyone, I think. It's rare that you would play every single weekend the first half of the year, have 22 of our 36 games all in the first half.
Well, Coach, best of luck to the Bulldogs. Safe travels as you move to Huntsville, Alabama this weekend for WCHA play.
Thank you very much, Rob.
We'll be back with more Ferris Sports Update right after this.